Hello everyone and welcome to another Top 5 Records video. Today I'm gonna start a new series because of a new special event, because last week the Rolling Stones announced a next album, which I don't know, but it might be their final album. Anyway, they are celebrating their diamond anniversary with the record Hackney Diamonds. And this means that when they release this album, they have a recording career of about six decades. 6 decades. Now, last summer I've been doing a full discography review of the Beatles, before that of Pink Floyd. So, right now I'm gonna dive into the full discography of the Rolling Stones, and today I'm starting with their first album. And what I'm gonna try to find out the next weeks, months, looking to Hackney Diamond, what has happened, how have they changed, and eventually we'll be building up to a review of Hackney Diamond. So I'm really excited. And you know what? I'm gonna kick it off with this first album. I just listened to it for the full discography experience, and it's their self-titled first record. No name of the band on the front cover, not the name of the album. In the United States, it was released with a slightly different track listing as England's Newest Hitmakers, and this is quite something. It's one of my favorite records in my collection because this is the first UK mono pressing of this album. Now, this I've never really experienced this album the way I did until I listened to it on vinyl. On CD versions, on stereo versions, on Spotify, I always thought this record was a little bit boring. Not bad. I always thought it was a bit boring. But now that I have a first UK pressing, and you have the mono sound, I mean the mono mix, I'm getting this record. A lot of the quality of this is in the sound, in the nuances, and in the atmosphere. I mean, it's a bit nasty to compare it to the Beatles, because I just did a Beatles full discography review, but the Beatles were kind boys. Nice boys. If you had parents who had a problem with the Beatles in the 60s, they were conservative. When you put this one on, and this is a year after the Beatles' Please Please Me, you can understand that these guys are an alternative to the Beatles. This is much more rough. It's real rhythm and blues. You can hear the blues roots in there. Not strange, because all these songs are basically blues classics. And they also credit the blues classics writers, which a lot of the English blues or rhythm and blues or blues rock bands did not do. They are honest about their roots. Immediately after the title, you see the guy who wrote it. And I really like that about this album. But it's mostly the sound. I mean, these guys, there's a smoothness to the blues. I mean, there's a vibe. There's a rhythm. There's a sense that is missing from other rock or pop albums from those days. Especially among white bands, you do not have this rhythm. I mean, these guys really know the rhythm and the blues, and it's so awesome. And the first thing I noticed when I put this one on and was listening to Route 66, great song, is how cool Mick Jagger sounds. I mean, he's a charmer. He is a charmer. A lot of the blues, especially when you listen to Lead Belly, you hear a criminal, and I love Lead Belly. Mick Jagger, in a different universe, he could have been a criminal. But you can hear he's not. He's the smooth charmer that does do some nasty tricks at the schoolyard, But he's the one who gets away with it. He talks himself out of it. He's a smooth talker, and that changes the entire identity of the band, It makes them smooth, nice guys. And I love this album for that sound. Route 66, great song. Then a Willie Dixon song, I Just Want to Make Love to You. It's smooth, it's sweet. Then also Do It's Okay, I Need You Baby. Now I've Got a Witness, Little by Little, which is also nice. And then side 2, I'm a King Bee. I really love that. Then Carol, do a Chuck Berry on your first album. That's tough. And let's be frank, Chuck Berry cannot be beaten. But this does sound cool and smooth. Tell me, then you've got the first, on this album, the first original Jagger and Keith Richards. It just still says Richard without an S, because later on he added the S, or added the S back. Tell me you're coming back. this is a nice tune. I mean, these guys can write. This is already a nice written song. And then ending this album off, there are more songs, but ending it out with Walking the Dog. I really like the smooth coolness of Walking the Dog. And what I especially like, if you listen closely, the second voice during the chorus is Brian Jones. And Brian Jones nails it. I mean, he gives the song an edge vocal-wise, which is truly blues-like. He is cool as hell. I mean, this album, in a mono pressing, it's awesome. And I can fully understand the impact that they made. So, I love this one. The Rolling Stones' first album, what a great way to start a discography. Now, do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below and I'll see you in my next video in which I'll be talking about their second